Welcome back. Anyway, I'm making a follow-up video. Basically, my little man cave area, or camp area, whatever you want to call it. I call it my man cave area. It's where I like to go to relax. You're looking at my pile of crap, basically my burn pile. So remember in my other video I did the tarp shelter setup. Well, this is the same area. I got my Bushcraft chair. I got my seat rolled up at the moment. And actually that is using a bed sheet I got from Walmart for like $4. And it actually works out pretty good. It's comfortable, wraps around the sides. Or I guess you could pull it over your arms when you're sitting in it. It's pretty big. I'll have to do a video on that later. But anyway, here's my shelter I built. Some of you that may watch this probably saw it on my Facebook or Google+. But I haven't actually done a follow-up video on it yet. So I figure, what the hell, I might as well get it out of the way. So this is the side, and the back here that you're looking at faces to the north, since all the storms and wind seems to come out of the north-northwest general direction. So it's pretty much, blocks a lot of that. And I apologize, I'm using my phone, so I guess if you get a little tired of shakiness, I apologize. Anyway, this is the other side. And what I used on the back was cedar branches. And I'm out on a recreational park. I live in Nebraska, okay? You got cornfields, a tree or two, and then miles and miles of cornfields again. So this park that I'm at is like a 66 acres or somewhere along that size. And I follow the same regulations here that I do like of any state land regulations. No cutting of live trees, no permanent fixtures as far as like nails, screws, and live trees, stuff like that. And I actually got my my permit to do so. It's pretty badass, huh? Yeah. This way, when the old lady comes walking through here again and starts freaking out because she thinks some hobo's living out here, she's going to say, I know the park manager knows what I'm doing out here. Yes. Some old lady got freaked out walking her little granddaughter and called the little blue NRD and was like, oh my God, there's something out there. Yeah. Anyway, back to the topic. Here's my shelter area, my bench. I got the wood off an old archery target or something like that. But basically, I just kind of wedge it between the tree or splits and tie it off with some paracord. Kind of put some points on the branches down there at the bottom and just stuck it in the ground pretty good. And it's been working great. That's where I put all my food and stuff when I'm done cooking. And it holds up great, and the boards come right off. So, anyway, I got a whole bunch of deadfall I use to make my my lean-to. And I got my brace up here. And it's kind of funny because my brace looks small compared to all this other crap that I got stacked against it. But it's a good 3.5 to 4 inch thick piece of cedar, and it had not been dead for very long. It was fairly flexible, and it easily held my weight. And I'm 240 pounds, and it barely even flexed with me hanging off of it. Not to mention, it's sitting on a couple posts that I got tied to this tree that you're looking at here. And then these 2 trees I used to make the bench. There's another post behind that where the board is, or the beam is on, and I got that tied just to kind of hold it there. And I got some dead grass that I collected from, there's kind of like a marshy area behind me. You can tell where it always gets a lot of water, and I'm sure it's pretty mucky there throughout the summer, depending on how much rain we get. But I pull up the dead grass. It's in there about 8 inches thick, and when I've gotten onto it, it compressed to about, I don't know, maybe 2.5, 3 inches thick. It's not like as thick as you'd want it for a winter camp. However, as you can see, my fire pit, it's a big one. I always like to have big-ass fires. And even when I've come out here in the middle of winter, and it's 20 degrees out, I easily stay warm in this thing. It gets to like at least 20 degrees to almost 40 degrees warmer in here than it does outside with a pretty good-sized fire. So anyway, if you get a better look at it here. So that's kind of what I did. And I didn't film this earlier. I've had this up for a few months now. I think I probably actually got it up before first snowfall. And actually it's held up really good. A couple times when I've been out here, we got some rainstorms that lasted, pretty quick, passed by within an hour. Maybe a couple drops actually made it through. You could kind of, every now and then you can see a little bit of light coming through. But I did the cedar, from stacking it from the bottom up to the top, and it's not the best way, or I guess I don't have it on enough of it on as I probably should have. But it works, and it kept me fairly dry, and that's kind of the whole purpose of it. So anyway, it's kind of how I did my my lean-to, and it works out great. As far as summer goes, it keeps shade on you, stays nice and cool, and it actually blocks a lot of the wind. And if you know anything about the Great Plains, it's always frickin' windy out here. I mean, a good day is like a 10-mile-an-hour breeze. A bad day is 70-plus mile-an-hour winds that are continuous all frickin' day. So, yes, and I mean, I'm from Michigan, and I know cold, and I know, a little bit of wind, and I tell you what, it may snow a lot up there in Michigan, but Michigan has nothing on Nebraska as far as actual cold temperatures go. It gets so frickin' cold here with the wind. You ever been out in negative 55-degree wind chill temperatures? Yeah, wait till that stuff hits you in the face, like instant brain freeze. Oh yeah, it sucks. But luckily, that was kind of more of our harder winters, and we haven't had one of those kind of hard winters for a while. It's actually pretty good. So anyway, sorry about the rambling, but here's my tripod. That's what I use to cook on, or I guess to cook. I use my iron skillet, and I'll put the skillet right in the fire. I got a chain there hanging up. I use that to hang my 19-inch grill, I guess, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Is this one of those circular grills that meant for a charcoal grill? Grate, I guess, is what you want to call it. I got some chains on it, and it actually worked out pretty good. Cooked some steaks on there. It was good. A fire reflector and or wind block. Kind of made it more of a wind block than a fire reflector. So it worked to serve its purpose. And right here is another little shelter, like a hut style that a friend of mine built, and it's not finished. But, he actually did pretty good. This is like his first time ever building one. I was actually quite surprised. Here I figure he's always too drunk watching Discovery Channel and shit, and I guess he was actually paying attention. So anyway, I hope you guys kind of get the gist of the video and my little layout area here. And at least what's nice is I'm like 10 miles from the city. So if I have an emergency, not like SOL, but it's peaceful out here, it's quiet. There's coyotes out here. You hear when the sun starts to go down, they start howling, yipping, and it's tons of rabbits and other small game out here. The deer population over here is really good. Seen some pretty nice bucks. So definitely some more future stuff to come. But whenever I got a day off from work, this is usually where I go. That's where I spend my time. And all I got to say is I love it out here. It's a great place to take the kids, relax, sleep, eat. Not the best place to take a shit, I'll tell you that. But the rest of it's all good. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.